And we live. What's going on, everybody?
What's
Yo,
up? Good
yo,
morning.
yo,
Good
yo.
morning.
Morning.
Jody get the strap. Gone. But we coming to you with some good topics today. You know, we got most of the cast members back. And we're gonna stick around. Gonna go ahead and play this intro for you real quick. I think this is it. Nope, that ain't it. Well, like we don't know what to do when the CEO in here.
Don't say we. We too many people.
So you know what to do, and you got me looking like a fool on here.
Well, I'm doing something else right now.
I think I found it. No, I don't think that's it.
Jimmy, help him out.
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna
I'm
press it
coming. I'm
anyway.
coming.
Nope, that wasn't it.
Jody know how to do it.
Go to videos all the way at the bottom. Hold on, I'm coming.
Oh, I got it.
You got it.
Tell them I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good. It's all good. Straight up, it's
Jimmy,
all
do you
good.
not know that dumping the ball off to your big man gets him and motivates him?
Tell them I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me.
I don't want no smoke over there. I heard her tell somebody out in traffic. I don't want no problem with that.
For real. I'm like, no part
I don't
of
want
that.
no problem with that.
Good morning, good morning. We gotta revamp that. We gotta put you on there, Cree.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, where am I? I just got on here, so I'm gonna chill. So
Welcome back. This beautiful Saturday morning. I see a CEO ain't in the building right now, but you got your boy Nick.
Not
got
your
Jimmy.
average.
You got
Not
Uncle
your
Bud. You
average
got
Chef
Cree.
Jimbo.
Oh my God, the CEO in here, y'all don't know how to act.
So
why
you keep
Jody's
talking about
icon your
y'all
picture,
and
Jimmy?
we. Because she trying to support you, boy. That's all it is. I respect that.
What you said, Cree?
Jody's icon. Look at his picture.
She trying to support me.
Oh,
That's
she
all-
cutting
that's all
up.
it is.
She cutting up right now. But then you got the CM who ain't here. They go ahead and give out what's going on today. So I guess I'll go ahead and find it.
Wow,
We all discombobulated today.
I'm prepared.
Huh? Yeah, this ain't how it's supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
It's okay. We'll pivot.
Okay. I see you. I see you, Cree. I see
So
you,
I guess
Cree.
we're gonna start out with the mental checks. Where y'all at today?
I'm a 10 right here.
Why you a 10, Cree?
Go
Well,
ahead
my
and
book is coming out.
she
It's
about to
already
say
out
shameless plug.
technically, but
Let them know where they can find your book at.
Amazon hardcover and Kindle ebook.
Dang,
So
we
it's
don't got
available
your
now.
picture up here, Cree. Dang.
Well, I mean that's your fault.
What?
You part of the team now, Cree.
What? I delivered.
What you delivered?
No, she did. She did. She sent it to our
Thank
email.
you.
Her information.
Oh, so y'all dropped the ball.
No, y'all include
Well,
you.
CM, where you at this morning?
Oh,
I could have sworn I heard him say something.
yeah, he on
yeah.
that.
oh, what's up?
Where you at this morning?
I'm on a 10. It's
Why
Saturday.
you on the 10?
Cause that boy got his tax money back, so I'm on a 10 right now.
Oh,
my
God.
God. Jesus.
I paid off the credit card. Capital One sent me an email. Was like, "Hey, bro, you meant to pay this much?" I was like, "Yep, sure did." All $1,237 of it sure did. Boom, get that money. It bought you.
Sam, we not gonna entertain this comment right now because CEO ain't tell us he wasn't feeling good.
Wow.
So CEO need to go ahead and hurry up and get back because we all out of sort right now. Jimbo, where you at?
Man, listen, man.
We listening. Go ahead and hurry up and get back.
Who's in the background? Who's in the background? What's up with that?
No,
Hey,
I
listen,
had.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm trying to download Creasha's visuals right now, but listen, you know, we got shrimp and grits today. We'll be ready at 4 p.m. to everyone who got an order. Can't wait to see y'all. Can't wait to see y'all. Can't wait to see and hear the reviews. I'm excited, and I got some help today.
What's up, Amanda? Good morning.
They cute. They cute too.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Oh, you know, I'm helping you too, right?
You're
Hey,
handsome.
I ain't
You're
gonna lie.
handsome,
I was a little bit thrown off. I was like, so you just don't call a grown man cute like that? But I told you got your girls today. I was like, okay.
Hey, sometimes you gotta take any compliment that get thrown your way.
Even from Jimmy.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah,
But he was talking about his girls.
You're
Yeah,
handsome, bro.
I was like, he talking about his little ladies. Okay.
Cute, handsome, call me what you want. I'll take it.
What you said, baby girl?
Uncle Pudge, where you at?
I'm at a 10, man, today.
Why you at a 10, Unc?
Well, you know, I got my babies here.
You better go
You got all of them?
Yeah, well, just 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
My fur baby's here. You know, she pregnant, one of them pregnant. So I'm like next week or a week after, puppies will be here. So that's exciting. Today we putting together an aquarium and getting some baby sharks. And that's just fun, man.
Nice.
Well, you getting a baby shark like a real baby shark?
Yes, freshwater baby sharks. Plural.
You thought he was gonna get some cartoon baby sharks?
I don't know. How big a tank you getting? I'm intrigued now.
Dude, I got a 50-gallon tank. I got 3 50-gallon tanks, but 2 houses lizards. So we're getting fish now.
And you know, I'm at a 10. You know, I woke up this morning. Another day to get it right. Tee off this weekend, so we just gonna hang out and chill. So what we got on the docket today, CM?
Oh man,
I'll send you out some, Amanda.
We got First of all, I just want you to know Adrian still got me blocked, so I gotta go to my burner account to shut a podcast. Adrian still got me blocked playing around. We got some really good topics today. We got some about divorce. We got some about independent Black women. We got some about mental health, and we got some about the slavery and Jim Crow. So we got some good topics for y'all today. So if you want, we can hop into our first topic, right? So we waited, you know what I'm saying, because we wanted to get more people on, because last time it was just me, Nick, and B. But our first topic of the morning is there ever a good reason for a divorce?
So who want to go first?
Nick, go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Why you want me to go first, Chris? I was gonna say ladies first.
I gotta think about this question.
I thought you. All right. Jim, you want to go first?
Y'all give me a moment. I'm still trying to pull up Creature stuff, bro.
Wow.
Dang. Jody, go ahead. I'll go after Jody.
You know, I'm gonna say hell yeah. It's always a reason for divorce. At the end of the day, I refuse to sit in a relationship, marriage, whatever, unhappy. Sometimes it's just stuff that happens and that it just can't come back from. If it gets violent, if like there's tragedies that happen that you really can't overcome from, and instead of spending years trying to fight through it, I think sometimes it's just the best to go your separate ways. And I know a lot of people will disagree with that, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, who wants to sit around unhappy for years? People do it all the time, and I'm not going to sit around and be miserable and mad and upset you know what I'm saying, all for the sake of staying married. You real deal got couples that sleep in separate rooms that don't even communicate with each other, and they're married just to say they're married. And it's just like, what's the point of being married if you're not going to act like a married couple? You're not going to be happy. I know not every moment is going to be a happy moment, but if you married and you ain't got no benefits of being married, then what's the point? Like, might as well go ahead and get a divorce and be with somebody who makes you happy. So, that's my small take on it.
With the quickness. But
so I think there is a good reason, but it also depends as well too. Like it depends. Can y'all hear my dog?
Yeah, we
Is that
can.
what that is?
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. But yeah, I think it just really depends on how, like, if you did your part in fighting for the relationship, like if you did all that you could do to fight for the relationship, and if it doesn't work out, then there's a good reason for divorce. But also, like, I think just like Jody said, like if there's like an abusive relationship, I don't think you would want to be in a marriage where it's just an abusive relationship when it comes to emotional or physical. So there is good reasons for it, but it just really depends on what the reason is. If you're just not with the person because they just, I don't know, something happened once and then you're ready to call it, then that's not a good reason, because you never, because a marriage is about fighting and about working to stick together, because every season somebody may have a different season. So it's almost like you have to really pivot to what's going on in that season with them. So but if you're just there, just like Jody said, like you're just there, you're married and you guys are not even living as a married couple, then what's the point of being together still? Like, is it because the ideal of marriage? Is it because you're trying to put on a face for everyone else? So yeah, that's what I think.
I guess I agree and disagree at the same time. I mean, I feel like the situation, it's all situational to begin with, but to the point that y'all get into, things ain't been working out for the longest, and it just seemed like ain't nobody trying to bring it back together. But if you got two people who's willing to sit there and fight for their relationship, I'm not even gonna say fight for it, but work it out. I like my relationship. It ain't no divorce. Like we gonna have our good days and we gonna have our bad days. At the end of the day, as long as we talking to each other, we communicating, and we seeing where each other is going wrong at, and we can talk to each other throughout the whole situation. Like I said, it's just my situation, but ain't nothing. Divorce ain't gonna be nowhere in the conversation. So, but you got Uncle Bud.
Well, for me, it's like Dale said, if it's abusive and
But the
very
thing is, like y'all say abusive, are y'all talking about like? I feel like when y'all say abusive, it was abusive before y'all even got married.
Well,
well,
it just depends because people
yeah,
can
And I
switch.
know it can evolve into being an abusive
yeah,
relationship, but at that point, it's like, and I know some people will say it's not that easy to leave, but
yeah, it is.
yeah, that's what I
I
Like
was
I
don't
saying.
think
said,
so. It's always easy to leave because it depends on your mental state.
I mean, not easy to leave, but not hard to leave either. There's
Right.
avenues for you to leave. You know, now I understand that when your heart is involved, you know, that's what makes it hard. There's really no textbook. There's a textbook. Oh, if they do this, you're supposed to do this. But when you are confronted with such a situation, then you like, I'm supposed to leave, but I love this person.
Right.
What if they change and you stick around and they keep doing it? So it's like, I mean, that's why I'm always an advocate for you going to marriage counseling before you get married. Do counseling before you get married. Don't wait till the problem arises and then try to fix it. Let's be,
So let me ask a question.
preemptive.
Have y'all ever heard of a situation where a couple went to marriage counseling and then they decided not to get married?
Yeah,
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
just never heard of a situation like that.
Man, it's
think
I'm
plenty
not
of
saying it ain't
times.
happened, but
I think I've seen it to where like they were kind of quick to want to get married, and then they ended up going to marriage counseling and realizing like, hey yo, this ain't gonna work because it's like she got something and I'm not gonna compromise on. Because I think what it was for them was the one I seen was a religious barrier. Like dude was a what is it? The people that don't celebrate holidays. Like
Jehovah Witness.
yeah, dude was a
Jehovah.
Jehovah Witness, and girl was like, oh, homely type, girly, like family type person. So she was like, you're not about to take Thanksgiving and Christmas away from my kids, like ever. So after that discussion and counseling, they was like, all right, peace out, because my kids are not about to celebrate birthdays and Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. So I've seen
I
or
mean,
people will be like, "Hey, I want kids," and be like, "I absolutely don't want kids." So, I've seen this work counseling. They go to the counseling before, and it hasn't panned out very well. But
that
I
is a
think,
big barrier. Religion between two people can be like a really big barrier. Like when I first got married, she was Catholic. I'm Baptist. People was like, "How that go?" And I'm like, "I don't care." I'm like, she was raised Catholic. She believed in God. That's all I care about. But going through, because when you're Catholic, you got to go through these classes first. And you get to really find out about your partner because they have you this book and questions you got to answer them, you write them down. And I'm like, wow, I get to learn a little bit more about her. She learned more about me and my mindset, her mindset, which we pretty much knew that stuff. There was a couple of things I got to learn. I'm like, okay, cool. It's not a big deal at this moment, because with Catholics, they was always like, you gonna raise the kids Catholic? Are you gonna have kids? I swear to God, all they do is talk about sex. They even had a question was like, can you perform on your wedding night? Do you need help? Or I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, like that's crazy, But to certain people, that might have been a turn off and like, no, holy wars and stuff. It just depends. Like I said, you can find those things out doing pre-counseling before marriage, and you'll see if you can actually go through with it. And
but you do also have people that don't. That you got people that rush into a marriage and don't do their homework. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then you get a couple. What happens is you get a couple years into the marriage, and then all of a sudden you realize that person is not the person. Because we all let's not front. We've all been a little extra. I don't know, like better at the beginning of the relationship. Because I'm kind of in this
yeah,
place, kind of trying to impress you. So I'm acting a little better than I normally do. But when you get in that relationship for a couple years and you get comfortable, especially after marriage, you know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
start to slack on certain things. Your true colors start to show. Um, I've always been a firm believer in like you shouldn't marry somebody until you've went through certain processes in your life. Like you know what I'm saying? Because somebody might be perfectly fine until they get broke. All of a sudden, they're acting different. They get money, they're acting different. They go through a hard loss, they're acting different. Because like you know what I'm saying? One of the hardest things we'll ever have to go through is like losing a parent. So some people will totally flip the script once they go through a hard loss like that, and then all of a sudden they're a totally different person. You got men who go through midlife crises, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like all of a sudden now he don't know who the hell he is. You got women who go through their little identity crisis where they're trying to figure out who they are in this world. And so until you really nail all that down, it's like, do you really know a person? And people get married and then they don't know the person. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, you're a horrible person. You're not the person I met. And that's why
Bro, you
I see a lot of these people that say, "Oh, I married my high school sweetheart," and
that one.
I've seen a lot of cases where people get married at 17, 18, and then get divorced at 35, 36 because you're not the same person you was when you 18. Especially for like women, it's like she was 18, married this dude, had kids at 20. You know what I'm saying? And now she never really got to live her life because she's been a wife and a mother. And all of a sudden they get to 35 and be like, well, hold up, I want to do this, this, that, and the third, and travel and do this, this, that. I don't want to be tied down to a marriage. And my kids are almost grown. I kind of want to do my own thing. So
Why the emphasis of a woman? Because a man can do this would think the
you're
same
right.
way.
You're right. So I don't mean
Okay,
to
I'm just trying to say.
I'm just men can do the same way. Men be family man. He be old, Carl Winslow, Uncle Phil type vibe, and then boom, next thing you know, he wants to be out here in the streets living his best life. And men
But
can do
see,
the same thing.
this is the thing though, like marriage. So in everyone's season, whether you're a couple or you're not a couple, no, whether you're a couple and then your own individual lives. In the marriage, there is a season for each person to go through something different. So it's not like every person has a season. So if that person is going through something, that I do agree there are certain parts of your life that you do have to be able to tackle, like traumas or any like I don't know, depression, whatever it is you gone through your childhood, so you can tackle before you get into the marriage. But also, there's gonna be things that's gonna come up in a marriage that you probably never knew existed. So, but the other your partner is gonna have to be able to go along with it and be able to be there for you. Because if you're trying to tell me that, oh, if I'm a different person during the season, of course I'm gonna be a different person during the season. You can't just keep being the same person for the next 20 years. That doesn't work out in life. So it's but like Nick said, like you got to be able to be like, hey, this is what we want as a couple, and this is what we're willing to endure. If you're not going to be willing to do that, then there's no reason for you to be married.
I 100% agree. You got people who can't deal with people at their lows. You know what I'm saying? You get married on a high,
Yep.
you want to stay on the high. You got people who can't deal with people at their lows. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of them things you have to kind of look at before you get married. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, as a dude, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be willing to deal with this woman at her lows? And the same thing for females. Like as a female, you know what I'm saying? When this dude get on one knee and ask you, will you marry me? There's gonna be a point where he hits his lowest. Are you gonna be able to be there for him in a way that he can understand? And it's the same thing for females. Like, are you gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? As a dude, you're gonna be able to be there for your girl in a way that she understands. Because sometimes women go through shit and they don't really want like to talk about it. They just kind of want you to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that before. Like I've been in that situation where I've been with a girl and she was going through a lot, but it's like there wasn't really nothing to talk about. It was just kind of be there for me. And it's like a unspoken thing. And that shit is hard. It is not easy when somebody is kind of grieving and it's like you can't really help. You just kind of ride that wave with them while they do that. And some people just can't do it. And some people opt out. And I'm not saying it's a good reason, but you know, if you feel like this is something you can't deal with, then it's like, bro, like might as well opt out, because it's like if it happened once, it won't happen again. So yeah.
Jim, what you got? Are you still busy?
His mic muted.
Your mic muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, all right. So to what Jody said, just so I can help. Hopefully, I can help some people out there. Don't let Jody sway you. There are examples of people who got married within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and they've been married for 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years. Just like as bad examples out there, as good examples out there as well. So if you meet the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with and y'all want to get married in 1 week, shoot, do it. Y'all want to get married in 5 years? Both of y'all cool with it? Do it. But also, I want to add, well, I already spoke about my failed relationship in the past, and I think it's simple from my counseling that I got. It just come down to two things. The one question that was asked in the beginning to both, like, do you want to fight for this relationship? You know what I'm saying? Because if both of y'all don't want to fight, everything we about to go through is purposeless. The discussions, all this other, like, it's gonna be useless if both of y'all don't want to fight. And I really feel like I think divorces would be a whole lot less if we all had the same amount of respect for each other. Because and I spoke about this before as well. I really feel like, society that we live in America, they're constantly putting men against women and women against men, when we should be like, hey, all right, let's work together. Everybody speak bad about, whether you want to call them plain roles or gender roles. Like, hey, what's your role in this marriage? Just like a team. What's your role? What's my role? How can we put this together to work together so that we can be successful, not just for us, but for our children, and not saying your family, my family, but our family. You did what I'm saying? We got to start working together, and like this woman versus man, like that's tearing us apart. That's tearing us apart.
I agree.
So that's all I got to say about that situation.
So was that a yes? This is a good reason.
There's no right answer to this. You know what I'm saying? This is all dependent on the person.
Yeah, but yeah, you're the person
Jimmy?
we're asking.
Jimmy?
Who me?
Jimmy?
I'm saying there should be no reason for divorce.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
You know, and I'm saying there should be no reason for divorce if you both respect each other. You're not gonna do anything or put yourself in a position that's gonna harm your relationship or hurt the person that you say that you love.
But not every time this happens, this is on purpose, though.
Like I said, if you're a real man and you're a real woman,
why gotta be a real man and a real woman?
Like I said, if you're a real man and you're a real woman, if you respect your spouse, you're not going to put yourself in a position that's gonna hurt them.
Okay, so what about this?
Listen, Jody. I don't want to.
No, I'm asking you.
No. Don't ask me no situational.
I'm not asking.
If you really love your woman, if you really love your man, you're gonna do everything in your power to protect that person, yourself, and your relationship.
Okay, let me ask you this.
But things still happen though, where you may accidentally hurt them.
Things still happen, but you're gonna do your best to protect your spouse, your woman, and your relationship.
But Jimmy,
but you can protect them and still hurt them.
Thank you. He ignoring us now.
Well,
look at that! Look at Jack Dad of the Year.
But here go a question then.
I feel like she about to ask him for something now. She done gave him all them hugs. She about
with
to hit
divorce rate being over 50% now, because it did rise, especially with the quarantine and COVID.
And you realize you couldn't stand that person you was with after you was stuck in the house for like 8 months.
Do you think the lack of teaching of the traditional family values in the home contributes to that?
Yes.
Yep.
Say that one more time. What was the question?
I said, do you think the lack of teaching family values in the home contributes to the high divorce rate?
I would say yes and no, because you can teach somebody all day, every day. It depends on if they really want to soak it up and take your word for it.
Well, what I mean by like back in the day, like my grandma's time, even my mom's time, when they were kids growing up, you know, they would teach them the family core values: family first, you know, responsibility, you know, don't be so quick to give up, and you know, always work through things, talk through things. They even had like what we call role assignments. Like everybody had their role and they stuck to it, and with respect. A great example that I always use is if you ever seen the movie Fences with Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, great movie. If you want to, you gotta watch it. The role of the family role was the man went to work, he brought the paycheck home, slapped it on the table, give it to the wife. The wife take out the bill money and all that for the house, give him what's left over. He talking to his boy, and he always had this dream of being a good baseball star and, you know, making it in the Negro leagues and all this. And she come out here and talking. She was like, boy, hush that nonsense up. You know, she didn't emasculate him in front of the dude, you know, but she got her point across. I feel like in today, everything is so adversarial on certain things between a man and a woman. Like I said, like Jimmy said, if you respect one another, then there should be no problem. But I don't think that's being taught really in the home like that today.
Well, like the respect factor, or like how to kind of
just how to make it work. Because if you think about it, divorce. Okay, people get married, and today most people get married with the mindset of, if it don't work out, I can always get a divorce. Now, how you go into a relationship thinking about the ending before it even started?
Well,
Yeah, so
think about it like this. That's how we date, though. When you start dating, it's kind of like, well, if this don't work, I just break up with you.
But you
no, I
dating
don't agree like that. I
you
don't
dating
agree
with a
like that.
purpose. You dating to figure out if that's the person you want to be with. I mean, I guess these days people date for different reasons, but that would be the reason that I would think people would be dating.
I
I've
mean,
seen I see a lot of situations where people just like I just want somebody that I see posts it's like, oh man, my perfect husband is somebody with good sex and I can travel with. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but can you actually get along with this person? And so now you jump into it with like not look at the long term aspect of it. And I think that's a lot of reason why a lot of people get divorced. Because if you jump into a marriage and you do it for the wedding and for the like people
right.
literally like two incomes. But it's like, okay, two incomes, but can you get along with your spouse? Is the question. You know what I'm saying? Is the little stuff gonna build up in the big stuff? Is this person somebody you can really see yourself with? Because like I remember one time I was watching this video and Denzel Washington said, when you enter a relationship with somebody, like you need to look at it from the aspects. If you had kids with this person, would you want your daughter to be like this woman, and would you want your husband to be like this man? You know what I'm saying? If you can't look at your son and say, I want you to be just like your father, then you shouldn't have kids with him, and you definitely shouldn't be married. You know what I'm saying? I think people probably get to that point and realize, oh, I don't, because you get women that can't stand they dude. I hate my son because he act like his daddy, and it's like you got a baby with him, you married this man, now you want a divorce. And but if that's the case, then do that. But I just think you have a lot of people who jump into marriage is way too quick without really learning the person, or you're not paying attention to not necessarily red flags, but like who these people are as a, what I'm saying, as a person. Because I've seen it to where a dude will meet a chick and she's working, and the moment y'all start to get together, she starts to work less and less and less. And then next thing you know, you are single income home, and she looking at you like you need to work more. And dude, like, well, this ain't what it was when I met you. She was like, well, this is what it is now. But you weren't paying attention to the sign. You was all caught up in the cupcake phase, and you're not looking past the next 6 months.
Sounds like that's a wrap up. What's the next one we got, CM?
Where our CEO at?
Sarah said he's sick, but he ain't tell me that, so I gotta believe her though.
All right, Sarah said he's sick. He's sick. Then we're gonna let him slide on it. All right, our next topic, right? Kind of touch on what Jimmy said is why is society only telling black women that they need to be independent and they do not need a man? Jimmy?
So is it necessarily society telling women to be independent, not be okay? So let
It
me
could be their mama,
rephrase
auntie, grandma, them too.
It was society.
So
Yeah,
okay, so let me rephrase that. I do think society did tell or are telling women to be independent. However, I think it's flipped in the mindset of certain women, because certain women take that and say, I don't need a man, but they make it seem like they don't need anybody. So it can become toxic. I think the reason why we're telling women this is because a lot of times women, especially black women, were always in the back burner. We weren't in our families and in society in general. Like we get the less of the jobs. We're not looked at the right way and stuff like that. So of course we need to be independent enough to make our own and stuff like that, because it was never viewed as that way. But I do think, I'm not saying we don't need a man, but I do think like when you say that, it's almost like you're devaluing relationships as a whole. I'm not saying I don't need a man to give me money and stuff like that, but I don't want to say that I don't need it to the point where I'm devaluing relationships or wanting to be in a relationship and stuff like that. But yeah, we do need our own. Why not?
Okay.
Jimmy, go ahead.
I think this would kind of go back to our previous conversation. I think it's what's being taught in the household. Let me.
Now, I think Amanda is right about this one.
Yeah, Amanda is right about that 110%.
I will wholeheartedly back her up on that same sentiment. Because it has, and I've seen it where like everybody is always pushing women to be independent, and it's just like, but why are you always pushing, especially black women, to be independent?
No,
You
but
know
it's
what I'm
nothing
saying?
wrong with being independent though.
Yeah.
If you really want to be honest, but we just got to realize as a man and as a woman when we get in a relationship or even single, it's okay to ask for help or to need help or to lean on somebody when you're weak in certain aspects of your life. Like it's okay to
Yeah.
be independent, but you got to know like okay, let me accept help in this area because
And
I
that's
need
what
it.
I was trying to say exactly. Like it's twisted. Like we're making it so where independency means I don't need them for anything. But that's not the case because we need people. We need relationships in general, whether it's just a relationship with a male or
There you
female,
go.
vice versa, or just friendships or family and stuff like that. So regardless of anything, we need people because we can only communicate with people and of course God itself. But if you're telling me that I'm being independent, I can be independent, but I still need you to help me out with this. Like I can't do everything on my own. But society has made it where black women has to be so independent that they don't need anybody or anything. And that's not the case. It's twisted. So we are
Now
telling you, yeah.
but let's also throw in there now. Y'all come after me if I'm wrong.
Hmm.
You,
We
you
will.
also have you also have and Creasha, don't take this wrong way, but I'm gonna use women
Go
as
ahead.
the example. You
Take it the
have
wrong way.
women, you have uh, mothers and aunties and grandma them who have been hurt in some form of discord in a relationship with the man. It didn't work out because of the man or because of the woman, and then they teach their daughters either through their words or their actions that you don't need a man.
And
Do
I'm
it
a
by
prime
yourself.
example. I come from a family, from my mom's side of the family, very independent women. When I tell you independent, they don't need nobody. And because of course of how they were raised and also how past relationships just didn't really work out, and I'm a prime example. And it wasn't until last year I realized, not yeah, no, in 2020 I realized that I was reading this book and I was like and I just felt like I was a little convicted. I was like, wait, hold up, I think I am more independent than I think I am. And I started just analyzing everything. I was like, oh my gosh, I am very independent. Where like I would cut off help or anything before, like I would sabotage everything because I feel like I need to do it myself because that's all I know and that's all I've been taught. But I'm learning and I've realized it now that I can't do everything by myself. Like I'm independent in certain ways, but other than that, I need your help. I need emotional stability. I need everything. So, but I understand that. Like, I'm a prime example. That's all I know. I just know how to be very strong, like too strong.
And this is the way I look at it. I look at it like
Yeah.
this. God made all of us humans for a reason. So that we could be a community, so that we can help each other, support each other, learn from each other, grow,
All right.
sharpen each other. He made us to be a community. Not to be, he didn't just make Adam, he made Adam and Eve. Hey, y'all work together, y'all cultivate this garden, cultivate this land, grow a family, fill the earth. You did what I'm saying? And we just got to realize that that's what needs to be taught to our kids. That's what needs to be taught to our young men and young women for the next generation. And it's not. So to the generation underneath us, we sincerely apologize
Yep.
for leading y'all astray.
but another thing, like on social media and all these other platforms, like you don't see Italians, whites, Spanish, women, and I'm pretty sure there are some of them women out there yelling that they're independent, but you see it mostly from our people. And like y'all said, it's from women being hurt, passing it down to their kids, whether they know they passing it down to them or not, and they saying, "Oh, I don't need a man," blase blase, and like crusade thing is, we need that person of the opposite sex or whatever you choose to deal with. But like I said, from my standpoint, yeah, I always see black people, black women yelling, "Oh, I don't need this, I don't need that." And honestly, when it's coming from society, I feel like there's an underlying agenda behind it. but
That's a good point.
that's here and there.
The conspiracy theory to destroy the black home is making these women not need a man. Telling these women they don't need a man, and also you can even go in it a little bit deeper. They're saying that they're also brainwashing these women to be self-sabotaging, because you got women out there that have good dudes and they get to a point where they want to be so independent that you run that good dude off. Because it's like this, I want to kill that narrative that, oh, black men don't like strong black women. No, shut up. Yes, we do. We just don't want a woman that's constantly telling us how she don't need us. Like, I get it, you don't need me for a damn thing, but I'm helpful when I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, with 90% of black women, every woman's independent until a fraud gets in the house. Now all of a sudden, it's like, damn, I wish I had a man around to get this mug out. Or they see a spider in the corner. Now all of a sudden, you ain't damn independent now.
So Jody, where you get your data from?
My aunties, my sisters. Have you ever got a call at 12 o'clock in the morning to talk about that? Hey, bro, I need to come over here and get this frog out of this house. I was like, wait a second. I thought you were so damn independent they need no man. Now you calling me to come get the frog at your house. All right, I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna talk to you straight up.
Man, we had a snake in our garage like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay,
my wife won't call me. Nah, I said, I don't know why you calling me for, because I ain't finna do nothing with it. Luckily, her cousin was here, and he got the snake out. I said, if you ever need me to get a snake out the house, a frog out the house, or a spider, do not call me, because I'm in the room with you. I don't like them things just as much as you don't like them. So, no. I'm glad he's here right now.
All I'm saying is that is something to think. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Women be so independent until you get to like a certain point where it's like, well, I wish I had a man around. And it was, but for dudes, we feel like that too, because like, I can be independent. I don't need a woman around. But you know what though? After I washed my clothes and I had some shirts that I needed to be like touched up and pressed, I'm still looking like, damn.
But the thing is, why do we even say that?
Damn, God. I need a woman around, because this ain't it right here.
But that's the thing. Why do we even say that? Like, I will never sit here and say I can do so much for myself that I don't need my wife around. I would never say that, even if it's true. I would never say that.
Tell you why? Because the moment you start needing somebody, they act like you can't do shit without them. The moment you start needing somebody, they start to throw it in your face heavy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you like, cause I've been in a situation where somebody told me that you wouldn't be this, that, and the third without me. And I was like, see, this what you get for like kind of relying on, depending on somebody. I tried to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I need you around. Now all of a sudden you can't do shit without me. So it's just like that kind of edge, like, all right, I don't need
you. You didn't think that person was like that when you was dating them?
That's why we stopped dating. That's why I ended at the dating phase.
Well, let me ask you. You didn't think that person was like that before you started dating them?
No, because she was so helpful and so kind. And then I kind of started relying on that kindness and help. And then she, yeah, see, now you wouldn't do this, that, and the third without me. There it goes. You know? So for me, yeah, I've had my moments where I was like, man, I wish I had a woman around, because this ain't it. Like folding and because, bruh, I can do everything. Like I wash my sheets, right? But when it comes to folding them fitted sheets, like it was like
nobody can do that.
It is not that hard, bro.
Bro, it was this little shorty, she came through and she did it one time. I'm like, how in the hell? Well, I'll be damn, girl. How you did that, right?
You know what you should have did? You should just ask her, hey, can you show me how you did that?
Or I'm just gonna act right and keep her around, so I ain't gotta do it.
Oh my God.
She ain't around no more, is she?
We'll talk about that.
We'll
talk about
it. What you got, Niecy say, here go Jody.
Well, this is what I got, man. Let's start with the feminist movement.
Oh, how can I forget about them?
Oh
my God. Shelly, don't get me started.
Women's liberation.
They witches.
That wasn't meant for black women. That wasn't. That was all those white women who had the man's foot on their neck. Because, in their household, they were told, what to do, how to do it, who they could vote for, all this. They were saying enough is enough. But they needed an ally in it. So, they pulled black women because in the black households, and I witnessed this, the contrast. Like I said, it was a balance. The man went out, did what he's supposed to do, work. Woman took care of the house. That was the understanding. She gave him his money. Like, okay, now here's what's left over. Everybody was cool with that. It was a balance. It was harmony in that. But you look at the white household, the man get his money, it's his money. He gives the woman, here goes something for you. Now cook my dinner, fetch my slippers, take care of the kids, keep my house clean. I'm going to do what I do, and you better do what I say do. So when they went out and they wanted to break free from that type of structure, hey, we need you, my sister. All of a sudden, you my sister in arms and all this, and they looking over there like, man, that's crazy. You shouldn't have to go through that. Some people fell for the banana in the tailpipe, So then, as it came progressing throughout the times, what happened? They bribed the black woman. Here goes some government assistance. Here you go. We got some daycare for you. Free, free, free. Free, free, free. But here's the catch. You can't have your man in the house. We're going to continue to help you, give you everything that you need to take care of you and your kids. But you can't have a man in the house. Boom. They eliminated the black man from the home because the black family was our power base. That's what made our community strong. Because if y'all remember, y'all young, but when I grew up, it really was the village that raised the kids. We discussed this before. Like, if you went outside and did something, somebody that an adult, whoever was around, saw it, they were able to check you, correct you, and then take you home and tell your parent, hey, such and such was out here doing this, and you get in trouble. That's all null and void now. You can't do that. It broke it up. It broke up the power base. Now, like Krisha said, it got skewered in people's minds where they say, oh, I don't need no man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And I say the same thing. Nobody really needs anybody, but it's good to have somebody. Because you go through this life, you have your troubles, and it's good to have somebody walk arm in arm with you in those troubles to let you know, it's going to be all right. It's raining now, but it can't rain all the time. It's going to be a sunny day. But you got the women, and you can even listen. It's in the music. You listen to music by black women. Starting with TLC, I don't want no scrub. Beyonce, irreplaceable. Miss Independent. Stuff of that nature. That's subliminal. You're putting it out there already. You don't need no dude, but you do. In a way, you do. Like Jimmy said, God made Adam and Eve. Woman was put here to complement us. To fill the parts that we don't have, and vice versa. The yin and the yang. But it got so skewered. Now you got women.
You wonder why? My bad, Telly. You wonder why he's
I'm sorry. Jody, you good, man? I'm sorry.
And listen,
you like you caught the Holy Ghost.
Because Telly preaching, he say like that one old school song. Everybody needs somebody sometime. Cause boy, look at here. I am not going to be the one to lie. I am not an independent man. Baby, I need a woman in my life. Because, listen, there's certain things that I do, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, I got a hard time. Like, I literally have to rip the little tag off my sheets and pin it to the washer, to the little wall on the washer so I can know how to wash them. You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be like, I ain't got it. Because I be done messed up some perfectly good sheets. So it's like, I need a woman in my life. Baby, if you wash the sheets, I'll put them on the bed. I swear to God, I'm helpful. There's certain things I don't want to cook. That's why I see Jimmy every Friday or Saturday. I don't like cooking.
You sound like you pitching yourself to these people out here.
I'm just saying. I don't like frying chicken. So, hey, listen. I even clean the chicken off for you.
What we need to do, next time somebody say something like that, we need to be like, hey, so what do you mean by I don't need a man?
That's right.
I want them to describe that.
Because if a spider
what does that look like
right now, you still don't need a man? You
Because
go
it sounds like to
him
me
say
they don't
something
want
about it.
community. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have kids. You know, so the world will be dried and dead and gone. Humans.
Well, when they say that, that means for me, from my perspective, from what I've heard, most women, I don't need a man. I can pay my own bills. I can buy this. I can buy that.
Oh, so they're
They
talking about
thinking that-
material stuff then.
Yeah, they thinking of the material phase. Now,
That's that
emotionally, I
small
don't know.
minded stuff.
Yeah, I don't know emotionally how
No,
they
no.
feel.
Yeah, you do.
But-
You don't need a man. Then why your tire light pressure thing been on for like 6 months since you don't need a man? Why that
But
engine light?
don't say that because every
No.
man can't fix a tire.
Yeah.
Right?
Half the men I know can't fix a tire, and I know how to fix it.
You know how to
See,
fix it. You
that's
know how to
the
change
How
it.
you don't know?
No, I know how to change it. My dad taught me when I was young, but I just choose
Shut
not
up.
to do it.
But see, you
Yeah,
have somebody to teach you. That's the problem
Yeah,
with the world
teach
today.
you.
Ain't
You know how
nobody
to
teaching
fix a
nobody
tire?
no more.
You take it to Tires Plus. Here you go. Here's my membership.
You can do that
Fix this
too.
mug. Fix this mug, bro. Nah, don't get me wrong. I'll take the regular tire off and put the spare tire on. But I'm damn sure taking it to Tires Plus because it's under warranty. That's what I pay the warranty for. That's why I pay this extra $20 a month for all these warranties on this car. Hey, matter of fact, I had a nail in my tire. I took that mug right down to Tires Plus and was like, "Hey, bro, the tire bad." Dude said,
Hey, that's what your insurance for, huh?
Right, hey, dude said
Yes,
it's gonna
sir.
be like $67 something
Yes,
dollars.
sir.
I'm like, nah, not this little piece of paper right here I got from
Right.
George Perkins about this Jeep. Hell nah, that's free, homeboy. That's under the tire one.
Hey,
You don't go ahead and swap that tire from me,
Appreciate
dog.
Y'all know who taught me how to change my tire?
Who?
HP. HP. We was leaving Miami, coming home to Bradenton. Something fell off somebody's truck. I couldn't swerve in that little Ford Focus. I ain't make it. It caught me.
Nah, our mom taught us how to change the tire. And
Really?
till this day,
I said, really?
Yeah, our mom taught us how to change the tire. I remember I was coming home one night or whatever, and T caught a flat in our SUV. Man, I was pissed I had to go out there and change that tire. But I told her don't worry about it because she know how to do it too. But I told her don't worry about it because I was already coming home. So, I got off the interstate, found where she was at, and got under that, changed tire, and we rode home. But like somebody said, I think it was Jimmy, they just not teaching nobody how to change tires.
Right.
James.
Hey, you saw the house we put?
Yeah, I saw house put. Hey, don't we put my business out there like that, house?
I taught myself how to change a tire. I learned by watching people do it. When I saw them do it, I was like, "Oh, I could do that," and I did it. I'm like,
That's what's up.
I mean,
I wish-
I'm
I
one of
wish
those
I had
visual
y'all
learners.
I wish I had y'all privilege because, boy, people used to tell me all the time, you ought to be grateful for having your dad in your life. I said, have you ever felt the pressure of an old black man standing over you with a flashlight in the dark, yelling at you? I was like, it was not fun at all.
He said the pressure.
Bro, for real, he be standing. My mom had a flat and he took me out there. He was like, all right, go change the tire. Shit. So I got to get the jack. And he's standing up. Nope, that's wrong. Nope, that's still wrong. Like, nigga, come on, just tell me.
Yeah, he ain't gonna tell you how to do it. He gonna make sure you figure it out.
Bruh, my dad was the type of dude.
Yeah.
Let me show you how to do it. He show you how to do it. See how that works? You be thinking you out of it. Hell nah. He go undo it. And that's how he was. That's how he was. That's how he was. But yeah, no, I learned how to change the tire too from my dad. And I teach my nephews how to change tires because they need to learn. It's certain things you just need to learn, changing the battery. And I think that's part of the whole, women like, I don't need a man. All right. You don't need a man until you go to a
So
battery
you need a
place.
man.
You don't need a man till you need a man. You don't need a man till you go to a battery place and they want to charge you $48 for changing the battery out. That's right, baby. Just go ahead. Hey, go ahead and tell you to jump start you and throw that new battery in the trunk. I change it when you get home because I'm that. I'm the man. And while I'm changing that battery, go fold them fitted sheets, please.
Man, this show should be called "Do Anybody Out There Need a Man for Jody?" That's what the name of this show should be called.
I'm
pitching them. You pitching them fast too. what we got next on the docket?
We should have a dating show for Jody.
He probably not opposed to it.
The Bachelor. They got that. The Bachelor.
We're gonna put a checklist about wage, what you make a year. and then we'll start from there.
What type of sheets you sleep on?
Oh no, wait. According to Jody, what kind of job you got?
Yep.
That too.
Yeah, cause whatever Adrian at, yeah, cause love got a job. That bull crap he was talking. Adrian out there, maybe she ain't got no job. No, baby, love got a job, and we can't talk about how your day went. We ain't got nothing to talk about. At work, employed.
What we got next, CM?
We got a good one. I think Nick and me and Nick thought about this, but why are black people so against mental help, getting mental help and seeing therapists? Because we see white people at the therapy office all the time, but why are us black people so hard pressed on getting help from a therapist?
I mean, I think most of us gonna have the same answer for this.
I'm intrigued.
So I mean, from my standpoint, I mean, you never seen any of our parents, go to get some mental help or even talk about mental issues. It was always, just bury the hatchet and keep on moving. And that's at least what I seen from in my household. Like I said, I probably can count on my right hand how many times I seen my mom cry. And I'm almost 33 years old, saying I seen my mom cry less than 5 times in my life. So, and it's just they hold it in until you can't hold it no more, and they let it out, and then the next day we act like nothing ever happened. So, growing up, you don't hear about health issues. You don't hear about going to a psychiatrist to talk about your problems or issues that you may have in your head. So that's all I got on it.
I mean,
yeah, and just like Nisi said, we was all told to give it to Jesus.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think
we is too many people. I was never told to give it to Jesus.
We is a majority, not all.
We is too many. That's all I'm saying.
We is too many.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. We is too many.
I think that a big part of it was like not telling everybody your family business was a big part of it. It was just like, keep your business in the house. So basically, it's like, don't tell nobody. So I think that was a very big part of it too. Nick playing with the controls.
Keep going. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. But I think just keeping it a secret, because everybody had issues inside the house. You know what I'm saying? We all grew up with something along the level, and it's like you couldn't really talk to nobody about it. And I think as I got older, I started to see the results, especially like older aunties and uncles and older cousins, and even like certain like parents that like when you have a certain issue, right, and you don't do anything to fix it, this is what this turns into later on in life. So it's like we as progressive, more thinking black people, especially younger black people, we have to take that in the hand, because some of the issues that I had is like I don't want to just progress into where I'm acting like my uncle. You know what I'm saying? 67 years old, and I think I know every damn thing and won't listen to a doctor who's been doing this for 40 years. It's like it gets to that point, or you get, my auntie who just refuses to, like be kind of humble. You want to be the shit 24/7, and it's just like, no, you need to humble yourself because you don't know everything. And so you see those stubborn old people, especially old black people, who end up killing themselves because they think they know everything, all because you could never really go get help. So I refuse to be uneducated about my own mental issues to say, or problems that I know I can be fixed through a therapist. I refuse to be that. But I think it's just one of them things where it's like, our business, our house, don't let our stuff leave the house, blah, blah, blah. And like Nikki said, it's like, well, you having this issue, just pray about it. And I'm just like, all right, well, God is God is God. He's not a therapist. He's not going to tell you what to do. So people lack patience. He gives you more shit to make you patient. I feel like that's how that usually works for people. So, people just don't take it seriously. They don't think, like, the biggest problem is they don't think they have a problem. Is the reason why they don't get help. They think that's just the way this is. Like, nigga, you stubborn, that's a problem. You don't listen, that's a problem. You're very condescending, that's a problem. You have, You have grown ass women who've never really matured past like the age of 20. That's a problem, but they don't see it as a problem because they don't talk to nobody. So that's my small take on it.
To what Jody said, how he said God is not a therapist. From the accounts that I read, he is a counselor. His spirit, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Next, and to Nick and Jody, they agree with what's her name, Nisi. Listen,
Yeah.
like I said, we is too many people. That's number one. Number two, I don't know who raised y'all, but the Christian folk that raised me, say if it's that big of a deal, y'all go and confront that person. Y'all go and sit them down. Hey, let's have.
But it ain't always a person.
It ain't always a problem. What you finna go do? Sit yourself down in the mirror? Because
go and
problem,
consult that person. Go talk. Okay, you need to go talk to you. Go sit your butt down.
The problem is you not mature enough to understand that you are the problem. You ever see those people who
there are people 50, that are mature enough, and there's people that's not mature enough. So what group are you talking about?
Bruh, the people that I'm 50, 60 years old and I can't get along with nobody.
So you're only talking about the people that you think isn't mature. We're not talking about the people that's mature. It's two sides of the story there, though.
Jimmy, I'm pretty sure everybody in the world can use a little counseling. Talk to somebody.
Everybody can use some counseling, absolutely. Absolutely. But once again, you need to look in the mirror. Because everything, I was raised by the Christians that always taught you everything starts with you. No matter what it is. So go sit your butt down and look in the mirror.
But you were fortunate to be taught that. Not many of us weren't taught that. And I also think it's because of access. Because, white people always had access to medical needs. So if they had like an issue, a mental health issue, we probably didn't even know what mental health was. Like I know in my family, in Caribbean's family, we don't really know what mental health was like back then. Now we have the access to like social media and Google and stuff like that. We can research and say, hey, this is what we could pinpoint what it is. But back then we didn't have the access. So if we wanted to pinpoint something, it stayed between the family and nobody really went to go get the help because it's all that we knew. But I do think like back then, like white people did have the more access to go find the help, to go find a doctor or talk to somebody else because that was what they had the access to everything, but we didn't. So the access was just us. So when you harbor just us, it goes from generation to generation. So what we know is what we stick to. And so if nobody ever stops to think, okay, why are we this way? Why am I thinking this way? Why can't I just get help? No, it's like you gotta start to break the cycle. So if you're gonna so just like Jody said, like I don't want to be like my uncle or whoever, who I'd probably be going through the same situation, but I don't want to be like that person. So you're the person who's gonna stop that curse. But if nobody ever sits and recognizes it, and just like you say, like it comes with self. If nobody sits and recognizes it and wants to stop it, then it's gonna keep going and going until somebody say, "Hey, hold up! I don't think this is cool. I don't think this is right. Like I don't think this is normal."
And it does take some self-reflection to kind of get to where, what I'm saying, where you need to be. Because I would go to therapy, and it wasn't for like anything major, but it was just like the therapist kind of brings up a good point when you talking. He told me, he's like, dude, you can't fix everybody. Like sometimes you just gotta let people go off and do their own thing and just kind of let them fall, let them chips fall where they may. Because I did have an issue. It was like, especially with like people in my family, it's like you consistently strain yourself trying to help everybody, trying to make people see the common sense. And my therapist was one of the people that told me, bro, common sense ain't that common. And you could drive yourself crazy trying to make everybody else have some damn common sense. So sometimes, as much as it hurts, you know what I'm saying, the biggest lesson he learned in his life, he's like, as much as it hurt him to watch his brother end up in prison for the rest of his life, you know what I'm saying, but he was like, I probably would have went broke and crazy trying to stop him from going to jail. So his brother was on a bad path, and he said he spent years and thousands of dollars trying to help him. But he was like, bro, I finally had to stop because I realized like he's dragging me down mentally and emotionally with him. And that's one of the biggest lessons he taught me. And that's something I never would have figured out with self-reflection. That's something I never would have figured out with talking to God. I never would have figured that out if I didn't talk to this professional who's been doing this for 26 years. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
Sometimes that just other opinion, that like that outside looking in, is what you need, because we can't really see the whole picture when you're in it. But go ahead, Cree. I want to hear what you guys say.
No, I was gonna say, like, I mean, I do think Jimmy said, like, God will always reveal things to you, but sometimes you do, like, it depends on the person too. Like, you can, like, even just you wanting to go to a therapist, that could be just God saying, hey, okay, since I can't really get to you, let me put you in a different avenue for you to fix this, whatever. So that is still God. Like, say, hey, if you want to better yourself, God is not somebody who wants you to keep going to make sure that it's the enemy who wants you to keep at a certain level. But if you're trying to change yourself, that just could be a God thing, allowing you to, hey, if I can't get to you at this point in time, maybe you should go to somebody else. But I do believe God will always direct you no matter what, especially if you're trying to deal with something that you're trying to learn and figure out and change.
You might got a point, because I had some honestly, somebody I know just was like, hey, this is a therapist. It's out the blue. Like, I've been seeing this therapist, he's good, and he's on our insurance. So I was like, okay, give it a whirl. But I think that, yeah, you're right. God might be sending it some, but I think at the end of the day, you need somebody on that outside looking in. You need somebody who's been trained and a professional to kind of, help you out with your mental state, because I've helped other people with, what I'm saying? Like, I helped the homeboy out, in one of his relationships where he's stressing about this girl. And I was like, hey, I was talking about therapist, and he hit me with this thing. It's called princess syndrome, and it's a real thing, right? And so I broke it down to him what it was. I gave him a YouTube link, and it's a real, like, condition, especially for girls in that age bracket. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, the thing is, and I broke it down. I like, first of all, her dad has done everything for her. You know what I'm saying? She's a daddy's girl. And then when she got done with her dad, she's with you. And now she's relying on you to do everything. And it's like, you can't never do shit right.
This is kind of off subject. Can we really call that a syndrome? Because that's all she know.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's all she know. If all she know is throughout her whole life, her daddy's been helping her, giving her everything that she's needed, wanted, or etc., whatever. When she gets into a relationship with another man, that's what she's gonna expect from a man. Mm-hmm. So why are we calling it a syndrome?
Everything is called something nowadays. That's what I'm like.
But that's what I'm saying. We put labels on stuff that don't need to be labeled.
I didn't put the label on it. That's the thing he told me.
Well, next time you go talk to him, ask him that question.
Well, we put labels on everything because it's easier to identify and bring up. It's a short word. It's like, instead of giving you a paragraph, what this is, we'll just throw a label on it.
No, I'm asking you to ask him why.
I'm gonna ask my therapist why we call it.
Next time, bring him on the show.
Bring him on the show.
You might.
I want that.
We can't pay him. We can't pay him, but
we might be out of luck then.
Huh?
I said we might be out of luck. We can't pay him.
Yeah, we sure can't. But we'd love to talk to him on the free time.
Hey, and everybody got some kind of pride or ego. Just tell him we was dragging him on a podcast, and he got to come defend himself.
You want to get diagnosed for 30 minutes? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Man, Jimmy going to end up diagnosing him.
For real, it was 21 questions.
Right? What you got?
Stigmatism. That's why. In the black community, you say therapist, first thing somebody say, oh, you crazy? That's the first thing they say or think. You say you're going to it. That's the way it was when I was a kid. Hey, maybe you need to go talk to somebody. My kid ain't crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with him. But all along, suffering trauma. I grew up in the south side of Chicago. That's traumatic. Although you wouldn't think it's traumatic because that's just your environment. You growing up there. But when you start hearing about people being shot, people being raped, and it's a constant thing. It's like, don't go over there. That's not safe. Get in before sundown. All this stuff going on, and you growing up, you become used to it, but it's traumatic. As you get older, you're like, damn, why I got to go through all this? Why I got to live like this? Why does everything got to be like this? You need somebody to talk to. Boom. You say, hey, I need somebody to talk to. You ain't crazy. You know what? You need somebody to go to talk to. Go to the pastor. You know, church was our therapy. The pastor was our therapist. You know, go talk to the pastor. That really don't do for what you need. Therapy is a good thing. I've often said it. Helped me out tremendously. As I got older, you know, I had that stigma to I thought about, man, I ain't going to no therapist. Ain't shit wrong with me. And then I went up in that office, sat down and talked to her. It was plenty wrong with me. You know, it was like she gave me a different perspective on how to view things. Because, you know, I grew up one way, thinking one way, looking at things one way. This is it. But then when she just sat there and we just conversating, you know, boom, oh man, I never thought of it from that perspective. I never thought of it like this. It made me a better person. I started to open up more. I started to think a little bit more in different directions, you know, stuff like that. But you got to look at it. Therapy and therapists, when our grandmas and great grandmas and uncles and aunties, and that was non-existent. That you know, a lot of things in our community we grew up was non-existent. Like, was anybody here taught financial literacy when they was coming up? No. Was anybody taught about how to balance a bank book, open a checking account? No.
Nope.
You know, this type of things that wasn't taught in our community that we had to learn at a later time and date. Whereas when you look at our, you know, counterparts from the land of Caucasia, you know, they was groomed and they had access, like Lucretia said, they had access to all that stuff. Like, you know, they was taught about credit, you know, financial literacy, banking, you know, all this other stuff that we now as adults, you know, had to learn on the fly. We were behind the 8 ball growing up. So now that we do have this knowledge, then it's incumbent upon us to teach our kids that. Give them what we wasn't given. Because then it's like it's going to spread, because then they're going to teach their kids and so on and so forth. You know, I'm all for therapy. I am. I really am. Whatever the issue, I urge people, don't take it, no matter how minor you may think it is, go talk to somebody. You know, go talk to someone. Get it resolved and, you know, free yourself. Don't worry about what people going to think of it, like, oh man, you acting like you crazy. You don't need no therapist. Yeah, sometimes you do. And to touch on what Jimmy said, when he said God will reveal himself, he always does that, brother. You know, by you going to a therapist, God is working through that therapist right then and there. He working through everybody you come in contact with. You getting something, that's God. Because for some reason that person is there at that exact time that you need them. That's God all the way. That's the way I was raised. That God works through people all the time. So you gotta, man, be open, because you got a direct line to him. And like Lucretia said, sometimes we're not listening. Sometimes we're not following what he's trying to say directly. So he's saying people. And boom, he doing his work through them. You getting the information. You just gotta listen. That's all. But you're gonna get it one way or another. And that's all him. Because like she said, he don't want to see you do bad. He here to guide you, make sure you know the best you. So like I said, hey, go to therapy. Damn what people think.
Yo, what is wrong with you, Jody?
You know what? Just tell him making sense. He making sense. I tell you what, I had missed about 2 therapy sessions with my therapist, and after having a couple conversations with Jimmy in that group chat, I had to go back to understand some stuff. So I was like, you know what? Maybe God does send people, because you know, it's not you slipping off the track. Let me go ahead and send Jimbo over your way. And then I was back in therapy because I was like, nope, because I need you to explain this to me. So you tell him right. maybe God, you know what? How they always saying God works in mysterious ways. Maybe he did send me back to therapy because after dealing with Jimbo, I was like, yeah, no, I need to go back. I can't. So
This
Jimbo,
work is
thank you.
done.
That's what I'm here for, my man.
Thank you. I said, because I wanted my therapist to say, hey, let me ask you a question. How you deal with somebody who 75% right all the time? He said, well, you need to book an. He said you need to book an appointment. And I ended up booking an appointment, and I was back in. So you
right.
Oh, Creed.
CEO, you there?
I'm here, baby.
Finally.
You want
Don't
I told y'all,
You
it sound like
just-
it sound like y'all was doing a good job. I told y'all if I could make it, y'all gonna have to handle it.
Nah, Nick was struggling in the beginning.
Yeah, I was struggling.
Oh my bad, Nick. I ain't gonna leave you. I gotta put you in some training there.
Hey, B.
What's up, brother?
I still need you to help me with my situation, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna help
right.
you, Jimbo. I'm gonna help you.
Like before the show ends.
We were struggling, boy.
Struggling? What y'all struggling with?
No. Hey, Brandon, forget what they talking about. You got my text. Help me with my situation.
Hey, Jimbo,
before the show ends.
I still can't do nothing. Come out the laptop at the funky.
Filthy.
What video you trying to get me to put up?
Bro, I told you, bro. I'm still trying to put up Creature video.
Which one?
Bro, I love it how we having a regular conversation like this on the podcast. We supposed to be having a show.
That's what the barbecue about, bro.
Don't
Bro,
worry
I
about it.
never
It
had
can't be
problems
done.
putting up a video.
B just hit us with that cousin that be in the room the whole damn barbecue, and he finally come out of his room. That what B just hit us with right now. He
And
finally
his
come
big
out
cousin too. Everybody want to see him.
Yeah, I never had a problem adding a video into the day.
Thanks, Amanda. But I
It
still
ain't
think I
meant-
did a
it's not
bad
meant
job.
to be, so just leave it
Listen,
alone.
technology has challenged me today, and I have gotten frustrated. So I'm updating my computer right now so I can be good next time. I ain't mean to leave
You
you
one
like
of
that.
them. Gonna keep. Oh, remind me next week. Remind me in 3 days.
No.
He just had me do that on this computer.
Nick, you in my business, and I don't like that because I sure to hit that reminder every damn week. And it's like I always turn on my laptop, right? And I'll be like, all right, I got like 20 minutes before the show, and then I turn it on. It's like, hey, bro, you need to update. I'm like, oh god. So I actually turned it on in the middle of the week this week. Like I made it a point. Like Wednesday, I woke up in the morning and I turned my laptops on and I updated both of them. It took forever, but I got it done. So, are we gonna hop to the last subject?
Y'all want to or y'all want to call it?
What's the last?
As soon as I pull this video on up, we could call it.
Did you get it to work?
I'm gonna get this. Sure.
That's what
Feed me today.
That's what I'm
So
talking.
my question is, should we go ahead and talk about the next?
Go ahead and
subject?
talk about it.
We're gonna
'cause
talk
I'm-
about the next subject.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Go ahead,
well,
CEO.
Do you think black people deserve restitution checks for slavery and Jim Crow?
Woo. Now that's the hot button topic right there. You're
That's a heavy
gonna
one.
start a riot in the streets.
I don't know why, because I'm hell yeah.
Why you? Yeah.
Why? Because you owe us.
What's
help
up?
Oh my
Y'all, guess what?
There it is.
You
might well
don't
play
put it
bro.
up.
I got it.
You might well play it now.
Hey,
No,
Jimbo,
no.
you didn't need my help.
I did.
He needed your presence. That's what it was.
Things seem to run smoothly when the CEO in the building.
Yeah, he needed your presence. That's what it was.
Man,
Well,
you know
look
what?
like
I'm about to chop your arms down, CEO, because I'm about tired of your malarkey right already, and you just got on.
So
Jimbo,
Creek, can you play the
play that
video
video.
for us?
Play that
play the
video
video
so
for
we
us?
I don't
Hold
want to
on.
hear the video, so I'm gonna put it on mute.
No, don't put it on mute. Hear yourself. Play the video, Jimmy.
No.
Hold on. Let's. So are we gonna end the show?
Well, we might as well.
Yeah, we might as well. So everybody, before I play the video, shameless plug. Listen to everybody that ordered the shrimp and grits today. You got the text message. You got the messages. Come see me today, 4:00. You got all the information. I can't wait to see y'all. And for next week on the menu, I'm trying something different here, guys. So y'all bear with me. All right. So next week on the menu, we're gonna have Barbecue Mac. We're gonna have
Ooh,
some.
that sounds
We're gonna
good.
have
Hey,
some
Chris said,
barbecue.
well, it was a great topic.
Hey, Chris,
We
we're
go.
gonna hit on it next week, Chris. We're gonna
Yeah,
hit on
next
it
week,
next week.
Chris. Next week. We're just gonna move it to the following week.
Okay, because I was
We're gonna
ready for
have
that one.
strong flavors, mac and cheese topped with barbecue. Man,
They
that's
actually want
coming.
that
That's
Philly
coming,
Mac.
Amanda.
No, that Philly pasta.
That sounds
That's
good.
coming sooner than y'all think. I promise you. Shoot, it's coming after this meal. To be honest with you, after this one right here. But mac and cheese topped with barbecue beef, sweet potato, cornbread, and stuffed vegetable, and the drink. Y'all make sure y'all beat it. Make sure y'all don't. Hey, the sweet potato cornbread now. That's gonna be something. Gonna be something serious.
It ain't nothing to fight about.
Let you tell it.
I'm trying to fight like Goldmine.
Let you tell it. Okay. Okay. Let you tell it. You make sure you come get some. And
You know, put the order in.
oh, I already know, bro. Hey, so there we go. Next week, y'all look at the date because we had some problems. Listen, this is March 4th, next Friday. Next Friday, guys. Let me make sure that's clear. And let me hit up Tony Ultra and Coach A before we go to Cretia. Everybody,
Oh,
if you
anybody
need
else
your,
got? Because Jimmy gonna end this right after the show.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Anybody got?
ending it, yeah.
Anybody else got anything else to say?
I mean,
Okay,
you
take
know,
it, Jimmy.
it was a great topic.
hey, listen, if you need your taxes done, you need your book work done, listen, make sure you go see our very own Coach A. I promise you, he'll take care of you. He been doing my taxes for 4 years. Good dude. He do everything he can to help you out. And, you know, you don't have to worry about that. And then moving forward to the next one, Mr. Tony Ultra, let's take 5-10 seconds to listen to this new track that he got.
Said I got that feeling and I just can't let it go. My eyes can't see it, somehow it still shows. I know there's time for me to finally be what I can be for sure. And if they ask if I knew I would know, there was a feeling in my soul.
Gas up the black Suburbans, hop in the back while my driver take.
Ain't that beautiful right there? Ain't that beautiful? And listen, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you all have been.
You gotta take Coach A
Well,
down.
you gotta take Coach A off first.
Hold on. All y'all back up off me. Back up off me, fool.
Devil get off me.
Devil get off me. All right, hey, listen. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let y'all listen to our very own Miss Lucretia Cote. She has released her new book. I know she can't wait for y'all to see this. So y'all go ahead and y'all check.
No,
it out.
I'm gonna put you on mute.
What's up? Y'all, guess what? I have a book coming out. Yes, your girl, Lucretia, has a book coming out. When? February 27, 2022, which is on a Sunday on Amazon. My book called All Things New, Leaving the Old Behind and Stepping into the Freedom. It's really about my life within the last 2 years. I mean, I've went through a lot of changes, a lot of freedom, leaving the old things behind. So I wanted to share and to hope that it will like inspire you guys, maybe change your life or two. I don't know, but this is something that God has called me to do. It wasn't my idea, because who would have thought that me write a book? Come on now. But I hope it's an inspiration to you all. Literally, like, I'm in so much emotion right now, but thank you, God, for all of this, and I really hope that you guys grab it. So please, 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 please support it if you want, of course. But like I said, February 27, 2022, which is on a Sunday, you can grab my book on Amazon, hard book and ebook. Yeah, so all things new, baby.
You better dance. You better dance.
Hey, Cretia, come on now.
Black people dance doing anything.
Hey,
You might as
ladies
well
and
go and
gentlemen,
copyright
y'all
that.
better
Come on.
be on Amazon Tell to get this book. I want you to get the ebook. I want you to get the hard copy. Just y'all fill up them pockets a little bit while our girl Cree on her new book, All Things New. Get it
Thank
while
you.
it lasts. Jimbo, you gotta put up, you gotta get some excitement in your promos, brother. Like I do mine.
Oh, listen, it was nothing but
Thank
excitement in my voice, bruh. What you
But you
talking
kinda
about?
slow, you
Hey,
kinda slow with
Creasha.
it. You kinda slow with
No,
it.
Creasha know I'm excited.
No,
Creasha
no,
know
you
I'm
excited, but you gotta broaden
You
it out.
gotta, yeah, you gotta be the hype man.
Brandon,
be hyped like the
I'm about to
CEO.
jump through this phone and chop in your throat, Brandon.
Hey, Creed, that's gonna be your next book. Write about Jimmy. You always want to chop somebody in their
I
throat.
got more than one chapter. I got like 5-10 chapters on Jimmy
There
alone.
we
I'm
go.
about to say at this point we all can write a damn book on Jimmy. But
As long as you love me, that's all that matters.
Yes,
You know
we
we
do.
do.
Yes, we do. All right, what up? I don't think we got nothing else, man.
Amanda asking, do you got a flyer so she can share it on social media?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. Jimmy, you got it.
Amanda, I'll send it to you.
How you gonna send her something that's hers?
If you don't, she gonna chop in your throat.
She will. She will though. Trust me, she yeah. Okay.
Well, can I just put? Well, y'all have the page, access to the page. Y'all can post it on the page.
We got you, Cree. We got you. We'll get it.
Thank you, Amanda. Is it Amanda, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Amanda.
Thank you.
I don't think we got nothing else, Nick. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Wait a minute.
I think that's Stokes with the claps.
Stokes got the claps? Okay.
I appreciate that, Stokes. I like that. I appreciate that.
So which one of these is the outro?
Let me do it, man. Let me do it. I got it,
All
man.
right, Brandon got it. Okay.
Let me do it. Y'all be struggling. Hey, man, this is Family Barbecue, Family Talk. It's your boy B, the CEO.
Nick.
Lucretia.
Uncle Pudge, Jody, and not your average chef.
Boy, y'all so slow with this. We ain't never right, man.